everyone, my name is Matthew from Erotic Draw Live. I'm doing this short story of how this person in the photo, who I basically met on my first time in Pattaya, Thailand. Well, to give the story some context, I went to Thailand back in September of last year. I went on the 1st of September and I spent about 14 days, 2 weeks. I had up until that point, I had been to a few other places around the world. I went to New York a few years ago, then Portugal, France, Italy and Brazil. Going to Thailand after many months of watching the videos of people who have been there, who say it's so cheap, but it's not really cheap actually. It's not cheap to go out there and live. Well, my first time was quite interesting because I basically planned my holiday 3 months in advance. For 3 to 4 months I was saving up, watching the YouTube videos of all these people enjoying themselves in the bars, meeting the local people in the hotels, and so on and so forth. So I decided to plan my, let's say, holiday. Okay, so boom, I booked my flights, and slowly I was watching videos on YouTube about what to do when you first arrive in Bangkok, how to get a Thai SIM card, where to exchange money. I went to the most recommended place, which I think 3 or 4 people were saying the same thing. They said go to Super Rich, so I went to a Super Rich in Pong, around the area. So I was booked all my hotels. I think I stayed in only one hostel, and the rest of the other places were hotels essentially. As the day got closer and closer, I decided to basically get to know a few of the Thai people on the app. I think I downloaded Thai Friendly, and just to see what could happen. And another dating app I had on my phone was Badoo. I think it's not as popular as the others, so it was just like a laugh and seeing what would happen. And I did get to know a few of them actually, and there were a few that were really traditional Thai women who weren't in the red zones or entertainment zones as you call them. It was interesting to see that the more English they spoke, not all, but a few of them would assume that I was here for only a few weeks. So, but a few of the others were from Thai backgrounds who weren't associated with foreigners like myself. So the day comes, I book my flight. I'm at the airport, Heathrow, Terminal 5. I get on the plane. I think I was on the plane 8 hours or so. Straight there, direct, economy seats. They served us food, I think 3 times. I slept a bit as well. And boom, I'm at Suvarnabhumi Airport. I get off the plane. The smells, the organisation, going through customs, and it was strange enough, because being my first time there, I didn't know that it's completely different. So I think they had to take your fingerprint and your thumb print. So I was I was um I was standing there. So you have to do that. Wait 3 seconds and then do that or something, and then boom, I got the stamp and the passport. Then that was it. I'm in Bangkok. It was like a surreal Christopher Nolan like experience, dream whereby I'm in a different country. I'm in a very different country. And I made my way to the BTS station, and I got on the train and I was straight boom to my hostel, which I booked for a total of 3 nights in the hostel. It took me about half an hour to get from the airport to my actual hostel, and after that I found my hostel. Well, my phone was dead. I had no battery life on my phone, so I had to find this cafe, and then I basically had to charge my phone for a few minutes, and I had purchased before I left. I purchased a Thai a plug and the SIM card, which I did at the airport already. So my phone was all ready to go. Okay, and after that I basically sat at the cafe for about half an hour. I got a coffee. I sat there. I charged my phone, and I basically had the map to my hostel on my phone already. So, and from the station, from the BTS station to my phone, no, to my hostel was about. It was about I'll say a 10-minute walk. Not that long actually. It's about like a 10-minute walk. And yeah. So basically, I was on my way to my hostel, and it's so surreal being in Bangkok, Thailand, because it's my very first time, and just being there, walking along the streets, looking around, being stared at a few times. Well, not stared at, but they knew that, or was it from there? And I was hearing, hey, handsome man, continuously non-stop. Actually, it was quite amazing actually to just be in the environment, and eventually find them a hostel, and I checked in. I think I had to pay a deposit. Did I pay a deposit? Yeah, I paid a deposit of 1,000 baht, and I booked my hostel through Hostel World, of course, and I was in a 4-bed hostel, and it was a clean hostel, good, and they basically told me things about the hostel, and that it doesn't they don't lock the door at midnight. You can have your breakfast in the lounge area. There's a big open plan kitchen where people can sit down and have their dinner. They can have lunch and just be amongst other people. So I went up to my hostel room. I got the hostel key card. I used the key card, and let me show this. Yeah, I used the key card, and boom, I'm in my hostel. I'm in the room. I think I saw one other person who was about to leave, and I was entering the hostel. So I saw my bed. I put my stuff inside in my locker. I think I had about 3 keys to get into my locker. Actually, that was interesting. Actually, and I started to plan my 3 night stay in the hostel, and that afternoon I unpacked. I was planning the things that I was going to do. So the first thing I did is that I went off to there, like, of course, I went off to see um, the Asok station. Yeah, Asok station, because it goes off to Terminal 21. So I spent just the evening just having a walk around and meeting the locals. And, well, not meeting, but just being in awe of how things were so organized and planned out for people that are not from there. And after that, I had a walk in Nana area, and seeing it in real life is quite amazing. How it's so structured and organized, and basically well, basically just being just blown away of how things were so organized and structured. And then every day, my second day, I arranged to meet a friend that I was speaking to back in London. I was speaking to her for at least a few months. And what else? Yeah, we arranged to meet on my second day in Bangkok. So I basically had to. No. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. I had to download the app, Grab, a Grab app, and the Line app. So the Grab app allowed me to basically order taxis, motorbike taxis. You can do on the Grab app. You can basically, is it the Grab app? Yeah, so you can order things, and you can basically order food, and it can come to your hotel or hostel. And I did that a few times as well. And I got a taxi straight to her house, and her house is way outside of the centre of Bangkok. I'm talking about another half an hour drive, and I did get scammed. Well, not scammed. Well, he knew that I'm not from there, so I think I paid about 300 baht for the taxi. Is it 300? Yeah, I think it was 300. But I later found out that I should have paid a lot less, essentially. When I was essentially, I had to basically had to pay the road toll ticket a few times as well. And boom, long story short, I was at her place, and it was, I just let you, I let you imagine what happened next. It was a great afternoon and evening. It is interesting, actually. And she had a little dog, a pit bull, that was trying to play with me as I was eating her food. She was staying with her friend, and the friend was looking after her dog and whatever. And being outside of the main part of Bangkok was quite interesting, because just not just by, I want to experience how it was to be amongst. I'm not saying that the people in Bangkok are not real Thai people. Of course, they are real Thai people, but around that area, Nana and Asok, Soy, Cowboy, these areas have been conformed to speak English, whereas outside of Bangkok, the main center of Bangkok, there's less English spoken as, say, like, to like a Thai person. So like, I wanted to experience what it was like. And I didn't know that most Thais, they eat on the floor, and she served me some food after the first session, and then she served me some food, and then I was about to sit on the table, and she went, no. Her friend was like sitting there, and she said, no, you sit on the floor. I thought, okay, you sit on the floor, okay, no problem. And I was sitting on the floor to eat. That was a new experience, and her dog was still trying to play with me, and the dog was, no, the dog did like to play and want some attention. And I stayed there for about 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours, and then she booked me. No, did I book her a taxi? I think her friend found me a taxi, and then I got the taxi back to my hostel. And it took about less than half an hour, and I was back at my hostel. But that was a fun experience to know that not every person you speak on a like dating app or whatever is like in it for your money. Yes, some are, yes, but some just want to experience what it is like to go with somebody who's not Thai. So okay, fast forward, I had to check out from my hostel and go to a hotel. But where I was staying before, I was staying in Soy 26. So I moved from Soy 26 to Soy 4. If you have been to Thailand and you know what I'm talking about, the area I'm talking about, Soy 4 is smack bang in the middle of the red zone area, and I just like the entertainment because, look, man, in London, the whole time I was planning my stay in Thailand, I didn't want to make it in taxis everywhere every single day. I wanted to book my hotel and just leave my hotel and just go and find somewhere. In less than 5 minutes, I'm there. And this whole idea of you need to book a taxi half an hour away from your hotel or vice versa to get home. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So I got my stuff packed and I booked a taxi, and it was a great joy staying at the hostel and seeing different people who spoke English. And I went all the way to Soy 4, which is about, a 10-minute drive away. I think less than that even, and I was there. And I arrived at the hotel. I arrived at the hotel, and it was about, I'd say 9:30 in the morning, 9:30. And she knew, okay, you stay here. She went, I went, yes, I stay here for 3 days. And then she checked my name. Okay, you are Matthew. Come. And then I booked my stay. She showed me my room. It was looking back, it was a very basic room. I think it just had a bed and a TV, fridge. It had a bed, a TV, fridge. What else did it have? A clothesline for clothes to hang. And that was essentially it, I think. Yeah, of course, and the bathroom separate. Okay, I got my stuff, checked in, I put my stuff, and then I think half an hour later I was out to get some food. I was hungry. And then after that I found a few places that I liked, but I knew straight away that come the night time there was like non-stop action. Like if I lived, like say if my hostel was right on the junction, there's no way I'd be sleeping. But the place I stayed wasn't on Soiful, but it was further down from the actual main bars. But of course, outside my hostel on the street, I think 30 seconds flight going towards Nana, then you see all the noise in the bars and places. Okay, but my place I stayed was tucked away, so you could easily avoid all the noise if you did want a good night's sleep. It was amazing just seeing how things were, noise everywhere. There was plenty of like ladies just standing around on the street. There's plenty of men twice my age. We're talking 50, 60 plus. Like I did see a few people that were in groups of 3 and 4. And that was how things were for the 3 days. And it was quite interesting though. And then I booked my I booked my 2-night stay in Pattaya. In Pattaya. And then I went to accommodation, and I bought my tickets which at the time it costs 120 baht, and it's to get there is a 2-hour coach journey to Pattaya bus station, and I was all packed, and I'm ready to go. And I get in the coach, then boom, I'm in Pattaya, which is completely different into Bangkok, and I didn't know how I would be treated when I first arrived. I did realize that the whole city is based around, the exchange for goods and services, or services meaning women would come from the Isan area of Thailand that come to Bangkok and Pattaya to work. Not always in the service industry, like a few of them come to work, for hotels, companies, so on and so forth. But there's this big infiltration of people who come to only work in the agogo bars, the nightclub places, beer bars, so on and so forth. And I stayed in LK Metro, LK Metro, and it was just like, whoa, this is completely different. It is completely different. And the story continues that I found the famous Rovers bar. I felt like a young guy because everyone there was like easily over 50, 60 easily, big, overweight Australian or English person. Yeah, so I felt, okay, this is good. I had the classical English breakfast, and I was actually a bit too early for my room to be ready, and I stayed in the suites above and a go-go bar. Essentially, it was fucking insane. It was insane. Oh my god! I just like it didn't seem real, it didn't seem real. But I was staying above in the go-go bar, and my first night, I basically I basically had to end a relationship that I had built, because I told her online that I think I was honest and said, okay, so do you work? And she said, yes, I work, because I assumed that she had like a job, like she worked somewhere 9 to 5, or she worked at a company. And I later discovered that she basically, the whole idea of not working for 2-3 days and assuming, okay, this person's here for a few weeks or a month, and this person will pay, as in me, will pay for the times where she hasn't worked, or will basically fund her or be her sponsor, as they always say in Thailand. They always use the word sponsor, like, and I found that very intriguing by the sense of the relationship. And she was basically saying that I had to pay. I pay. I said, no. I said, look, I was being fair to this. Well, not this lady in the photo. Not this lady that you're looking at. Another person. And I said, do you want to meet up now? It's 12 in the afternoon, do you want to meet up and have a coffee? And she was basically went, she was making these excuses and saying that she can't leave her bar or something. Okay, I said fine. And I said, look, have it your way. And I said, look, fine, that's it. Then then I unpacked all my stuff and I went off to a walk, and I walked all the way I went from my OK Metro and I walked to second road, then first road, to I found a bar right off Walking Street, so it's right in the corner of Walking Street. If you've been to Thailand, you would know the street or the road I'm talking about, And I sat down and I had a drink, and that's where I met this lady for the first time that you've seen in the photo. Genuine person, Of course, she's from Isan, like many are from Isan. And she's the actual owner, or the person who ran the bar was also a lady. She spoke good English, to the extent that she made this lady look like she was basically like the all are in Pattaya. They are meant to bring customers to the bar, as like meaning people like me, to make them buy more drink or bar find them. So basically, for the people who don't know, who are watching this video, a bar find is whereby you basically pay the bar a fee to take the person out of the bar to spend the day out, to your hotel for some action, to sightsee, and then you negotiate the fee with the lady within the bar. Okay, so the other lady who was managing the bar was pointing at this lady that you'll see in the photo. She was like, "You like her, huh? She good, she speak." And then I said, "Yeah, she's fine, yeah, that's okay." And I was having my drink, and I was just admiring the views of the people walking by. Earlier, I was like, what was it? I was just shopping around for a few bits and bobs to, of what I can haggle for. And it was amazing how the Indian people would say, "Come, my friend, come. I have this for you because I like you. I give you, for these 2 shirts, 200 baht." I said, "Fuck you." I didn't say fuck you. I said, "Look, man, I know how much roughly these cost." Yeah, I said, "Look, 100 baht." He went, "Look." And he went on and on and on. And then we agreed 200, but I got 3 pairs of shirts. Okay. Going back to me being in the bar, my first bar in Pattaya, I realized that it's not those a go-go bar. It's not on a go-go. It's not on Walking Street. So I was there to just enjoy the company, and it was a great experience. Okay, that's end of part 1. Part 2 will be it's in the works, and hopefully you can subscribe or comment or like, and there's more to come. Okay, it's Matthew from Erotic Draw Live. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye for now.